I'm at a point in my life where I don't really know what I want to do. I want to have a purpose. I want to do something and make something of myself. But I don't know what that is. It feels like there are so many options, so many different ways to go, and you don't know what would be right for you, what would feel good, what you would actually become successful in. I think the problem is thinking too much. I try to sit in my own home and figure out what I want to do instead of just doing things and see what I enjoy, what I want to, what feels good to me, you know. But I feel so exhausted all the time. I feel very, very exhausted all the time. I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm drained, I'm irritated, I'm scared. I'm scared. And I feel like I'm wasting my life. I feel like I'm way behind. I feel like I'm just aging so fast. Like the time just goes by faster and faster all the time. Every year is shorter than the last. And soon I'm gonna be 30 years old. And that's kind of fucked up in a way. Because when I'm 30, I just have 10 more years left until I'm 40, you know? Then I'm like a true adult. Then I'm a true grown-up guy, man. Then I'm like around the age where my father had me, or my parents had me, you know. And then I'm gonna grow old and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna rot in the ground. And it feels like I have so little time before I am supposed to live in my prime, which I believe would be like your 30s or 40s as a man. But I don't know what I want to do, but I know I don't want to work in 9 to 5. I don't want to be in a prison. I want autonomy. I want to be free and I want to have a choice over what I do. So that's something that I know I want. I want economic freedom. Like, I want to start there. You know, I want to start with, say, $1 million. Because then I would have the freedom. I wouldn't be able to live a luxury life, but I would have the freedom to just live a normal life for at least like 20 years into the future. I don't know. I'm not like mathing this correctly now, but I think you understand what I mean. I want to have the freedom so that then I'm in a position where I don't have to think about survival and I can just think about creating. But now, because I work in 9 to 5 and I'm so drained by it, I don't have the energy or motivation or the calm or the creativity to do something more aligned with who I am. Because a 9 to 5 is very draining for some people, and I believe I'm one of those more sensitive kind of persons that feels horrible going to work. For me, it's a prison, and even when I am free, when I have free time, it's still a prison because I always know I have to go back there. I can't enjoy my time because I know there's something bad waiting for me all the time. But at least I'm working on that. I am saving money, investing it, so that I can have more freedom in the future. Maybe I can go down and just do part-time and have more time to build something on the side. Actually, I could probably do that now. But the thing is, I don't know what I want to do now, so I need to keep making money. Because if I don't keep making money, then I am getting behind in this economic freedom journey. And you know, I would like to be rich, but my first focus is just having freedom. Having freedom to not work in a 9 to 5. That is my first goal. and then to have a more comfortable life, live a more luxurious life. That is something that I can work towards later on. But you need to secure your safety first, I believe. Because when you work from paycheck to paycheck, you are always in survival mode. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You really do need to realize that money is very, very important. Money will anything that you like in your life will benefit more from you having money. Let's say you wanna build a family. Well, if you have money, you can build a larger family, have a bigger house. You can also have more time for your children. You can be able to go on vacations and build bonds and do all sorts of stuff with them and be much more present in their life. And also, you can make sure that the mother of your children can also be more present in the children's life. Or let's say that you like to paint. Now you can buy how many different canvases you want, all different types of color, and now you also have the freedom to paint. You can just, if you want to paint all day, you can just do that. Anything you want to do, you can do when you have the money. But when you don't have the money, you you are not living, you are surviving. And because you are surviving, you cannot do what you want to do. Because you have to focus on surviving first. But yeah, I want to do something I want to do something like YouTube, maybe build a business, maybe I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. But I don't want to work in 9 to 5 and I want to make much more money than what you can do working a 9 to 5. And I want freedom. That's what I want. I actually hate work. I don't like to engage with coworkers. I think that people are kind of I get uncomfortable around people. I think people are I see through the mask all the time. I see the insecurities, I see the jealousy, I see the all the dark parts of humans. And that's because I see all of those things in myself. I can see all the ugliness in me, and therefore I can also see all the ugliness in the world and in the people that is in it. And all this niceness, all this fake behavior that you are expected to do, like you need to be fake in order to not offend people. You need to be fake all the time. Like, for example, if you are not smiling in a conversation, the person might think you're rude. If you are not like acting surprised or something or like acting happy when someone says something nice to you, then you are offending that person. I hope this made sense. But yeah, I don't like to socialize with people because I know I am not socializing with the real person. I am just socializing with the facade of the person, which just it feels so off to me. It feels really off. And I can always sense that there is other feelings beneath what is presented to me. And I am also kind of like a sensitive guy, so I pick up on a lot of small signals. Like I have a good eye for details, so I can always pick up on things and read between the lines. And it's just like a psychological warfare, socializing with other people. It's like being out on a field where there's a whole bunch of mines. And every time you don't, it's kind of, you kind of have a feeling for where the mines could be, But nah, I'm not getting anywhere with this. But it's like, it's interesting to me to read other people. I actually enjoy that in a way. But I hate being fake, and I actually am very fake as a person. And that's why I also see all the fakeness in others. So I'm not some authentic guy in that way. Even though I admire people who are, I am not an authentic dude. I I too behave in the ways that are socially acceptable. I repress who I really am. I repress my soul in order to not be hurt. Because that's what happens when you are authentic. You will be punished for it. People will laugh behind your back. People will be jealous, disrespectful. Nah, I'm over exaggerating, you know. But the thing is, some people can, in a way, be authentic. Like if you are just like the most generic dude or a girl, you can probably just be yourself because your personality wouldn't offend anyone. And then you probably have lower stress levels. Your life is probably much more painless than it is for some of us. Because if I am who I really am, I will be very offensive to people. Like there's a lot about me that people would despise. I am critical of immigration. I have a hard time with I don't like feminism. And in many ways I actually don't like women that much. And I'm very much like I can joke about anything. I don't there's nothing that I can joke or talk about or discuss. Every topic I am open for a discussion about. Like I really like to talk about deeper things, all of those things that you are not allowed to talk about. And this is kind of hurtful, you know, being in a work environment because I always have to go around and be fake. I can't just say these kind of things. I can't like tell the boss to fuck off if I feel like he's being disrespectful or anything like that. You know, you're just I'm walking around being inauthentic all the time, and I don't want to live that kind of way. I actually feel disgusted with myself for being like that. But you know, being brave and just showing yourself exactly who you are will have consequences. You might be treated like shit at work. You might be a social outcast at work. You might get fired from your work. You might not get higher paychecks. You might not get a promotion. You know, opening your mouth and talking too much will have a negative consequence for your life in general. And why would I want to make my life worse? You know? Because I am making my life worse if everyone in the workplace hates me, right? I mean, there are pros and cons to everything. But yeah, you would in your work environment, some people that agree with you would really start to like you. They would be like, yeah, this guy is cool, this guy is great. I like this guy. I can't talk like this, but yeah, I'm gonna let him know maybe that I too agree with him, or maybe I will not. But at least I will like this guy and I will respect this guy a lot because he says the things that I agree with and he has the balls to do so. So that's kind of the positive side, and you might even make some more genuine friends doing that. But the negative side is the whole work environment not wanting to be associated with you and them wanting you out of there, you know. So yeah, I can't be doing this 9 to 5 anymore. I can't be doing this just normal work. Okay, I can do it, but I don't want to be here in 10 years. I don't want to be doing this in 10 years. And I am going to find a way. I have decided that I will find a way. I have decided that I will care for my economy and that I will be free. Well, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.